the overdraft proposal. This is part of that junk fee initiative. And so the headline, you can see it on the screen, proposal to close bank overdraft loophole that costs Americans billions. They like to write things like that. I'll explain that loophole here as we go. So the why at the very top of page number 3, they want better comparison. They want information. They want you to provide information, you, the financial institutions, to provide information to consumers so they can make better decisions. They can't manage what they don't know. If you've been through our programs before, we talk about information. Can't manage what you don't know. That's essentially what they're saying here, is that these overdraft programs are kind of, make it up as you go, and they skirt just underneath regulatory compliance as far as Reg Z or Reg E or Reg DD. And so banks are allowed to kind of make it up. Well, they don't want any more of that. They want there to be kind of like the credit card rule, where I can compare your credit card to the bank down the street, and I've got this nice little boxy disclosure that the information contained within is the same as far as what's supposed to be there, and then I can see what you charge versus the bank down the street as far as fees and things like that. That's what they want with this. Better comparison, and then it's also going to bring to the table protections under specifically Reg Z is the big one here in this particular segment. Now, the what? Well, from an overdraft program standpoint, Roman numeral 2, okay, the Truth in Lending Act, the carve-out that currently resides in the Truth in Lending Act actually goes back to 1969. I know you're not here for a history lesson, but when they wrote Reg Z initially, so Congress passed the law that said, hey, go do this. Then the Federal Reserve owned it at the time. The Federal Reserve took some liberty to say, all right, when we write the regulation, we're going to carve out a segment that says it won't apply to overdraft loans. And so that hasn't been messed with all the way back to 1969. They've left it alone. And that's why these overdraft programs that you haven't required Reg Z disclosures. Well, that's what they're changing. Hey, they're going to say, wait a minute, your overdraft product, it's either going to fit in this bucket and not trigger disclosures, or this other bucket and trigger disclosures. And there's no kind of in between where you make it up as you go. And so that's where those protections come from. They're closing that really old loophole that the Fed took the liberty to write into Reg Z, the regulation, and they're going to kick that thing to the curb. Okay, it's going to be gone. That's what this proposal is looking to do.